Good afternoon. I just wanted to take a moment. Sohan Chetan, or Mr. Sohan Roy, has been a personal mentor to me. So he mentioned about Oxford University, Cambridge University. So my name is Ribu Tarakan, and I've studied at Loyola College in Madras. I've studied at St. Berkman's in Chennai. Then I went to the London School of Economics. Then I studied at Cambridge University and then Oxford University as well. So I've covered most of the universities in the world. So academically, I'm right at the top there. I was also the Students' Union President and Chairman of Christ College, the 500-year college. I was also the Students' Union Chairman and President of Cambridge University, 800 years old. I worked for several global leaders as well, including Kofi Annan at the United Nations, for the head of the JP Morgan Investment Bank. And, and I just wanted to add upon that, on top of that, Mr. Sohan Roy has been a personal mentor to me for the last 10 years. And in the last 4 years, things have changed so much for me. He's really encouraged me in the arts, in sports, culture. So in the last 4 years, I've moved into training myself in Kalaripaitu, Vadakan Kalari, Thekkan Kalari. I do boxing, kickboxing. I train under Barry John, who trained Shah Rukh Khan and Manoj Bajpayee and Irfan Khan. I would have never imagined that I should step into the field of arts as well and acting. And he told me you should explore arts. He told me you should push in business. I come from an old family, a very ancient family, Mavlikira Taragan we've had a very long history here. He said you cannot let all of that go, And he's been really encouraging me. And the beauty is he's so genuine and warm. If you call him, and in such a vast operation, if I call him, within 1 minute he calls me back. So whatever he tells is incredibly genuine. I wasn't very much into sports, and I wasn't very much I had some passion for the arts. The family has some interest, but he told me you should explore that. So I train under Barry John, and last Sunday I delivered 60 lines from Oedipus, Sophocles' Oedipus. I would have never thought of even stepping into movies or even thinking of getting on the stage at this age if it wasn't for Sohan Chetan. And even in sports, so I train in 10-meter pistol shooting. I train in fencing. All this happened in the last 4 or 5 years. Just before the pandemic, Sohan Chetan spent time over a lunch and telling me he really wants me to push to the next level. So I'm just highlighting this as an individual case where he has stepped in. And he doesn't have to do any of this for me, to be honest. I'm not. He does not have to do this, but he steps in and he proactively looks at my growth. And I actually flew in 2 days just to make sure that I come here for this, And he had asked me to do a video. I didn't do the video, but I thought when I'm in person, I will do that. So I just, and he's an inspiration, absolutely. For somebody, who had to struggle to go to CUSAT, he had to work in the evenings while all the other students were funded and all of that. And for somebody with, the taking one bag and then going to Dubai. And I've seen, he's introduced me to billionaires. He's introduced me to so many different people, which he doesn't have to do, to be honest. He is an artist and he's a humanist to be with. The business part comes secondary. That is not, that has just happened because he's good at what he does, But first he's an artist. There's an actor in him, So there are, and I come from a business family. There are so many businessmen, but very rarely do you find a businessman and an artist. So I call him the double-headed tiger, because very rarely do you meet people who can suddenly get into movies, talk about scripts, talk about imagination, talk about creativity, and then suddenly he'll talk about bottom line, top line, revenue, and all of that, But I just took this opportunity to thank you for the love, the kindness, the belief that you've shown in me.